congratulations. You got into the top six. How do you feel at this point in time with the side's performance, especially?
Yeah, look, it's been a long season, and our goal was to make the finals, and so we've achieved that. But we've still got a long way to go. And I think tonight's performance showed that. We started well, then had a bad patch in the middle, and then finished strongly. But if we're going to go a long way in the finals, we can't allow opposition teams back in games, and it's been an Achilles heel of ours all season. When we've been on top in games and haven't closed them out.
Yeah, so I know at half time I heard you said that the defending wasn't that good. Is it the problem actually in the last line, or is it further up the park?
Look, defending's the whole team. It starts from the front and goes all the way to the back. A lot of times we point the fingers at the last ones, but it's the whole team, and it's something that we've worked a lot on this season, and it's something that we need to keep working on.
Yeah, so where to now? Obviously, you can still jump in the fourth place if you get the results happen without kicking the ball. You have to rely on Seven Coast and the Carp and losing by considerable margins. I mean, is it still the dream to play at home? You can still play at home final.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah. It would be fantastic for our supporters and our sponsors if we managed to get a home final. But at the end of the day, going back to my playing days at Adelaide City, we were always good in finals away from home. So at the end of the day, we have to go and win. It doesn't matter if it's home or away; you have to win. And if you want to win the championship, so that's what we'll have to do. We'll recover from this game, and then watch the games over the weekend and see who we're going to play, and then work towards that, getting a good result.
Would it be fair to say that the last few minutes you were content to hold on to the point? It looked that way. I don't know if it was your plan.
Yeah, look, we wanted to win tonight. That was the messaging all week. It was to get the 3 points. But with the way the game went, the last 5-10 minutes, it was like, we'll take the point because that was all we needed. So, but the boys were still pushing. They've got a great mentality to win, and at times we just have to have a little bit more, football intelligence and recognise at moments in games when to go and when to sit.
But so where to now? Obviously, you don't know who you're going to be facing, other than obviously the top two. So what do you do the next few days before the series actually pans out?
Yeah, look, it's important that we recover from tonight's game. It took a lot out of the boys tonight. They worked extremely hard. It's been a long season. For all the teams, it's been. We've all just finished a big block of games, so it's important that we recover and we try and freshen the players up for the first final.
Thanks, Carl.
Carl, what was the message at half-time? Obviously, Wanderers had 10 men, 2-1 down. Is it, really laying it on and saying this could be your last game for the season, or was it more of a, be patient and...
Yeah, no, it was about being patient and keeping the ball, getting the ball wide and trying to overload them in the wide areas. So we made a conscious effort to play Louis and Stefan wider, so we can overload them in those wide areas and get balls in the box and try and get Tommy on the end of them. That's why we brought Tommy on, because he's that physical threat, and I thought he was fantastic for us in that second half.
Just on Stefan, obviously he's been carrying something for a while. It's going to be obviously okay and push through for the rest of the season, however long that is. Yeah,
most definitely. Stefan, as said, he's carried it since pre-season, and it's been a lot of times you wouldn't even know, and that's the type of character that Stefan is, and that's why he's the leader of our club.
Javi Lopez as well hobbled off. I think had a bit of ice on his calf at the end of the game. How's he feeling?
Yeah, look, Harvey, he went through a tremendous lot of work tonight, in a position that he's not used to playing. So you have to do a lot more work in there than you would do normally playing as a defender. And, he hasn't had a lot of game time recently. So, that's all it is. It's just physically, he gave everything tonight. And that's why he's hobbling around a little bit at the moment. So he'll be fine. He'll recover tomorrow and he'll be raring to go next week.
Playing on Thursday, having those few extra days rest, and the other teams that are in the finals help in that regard, making sure those guys are 100%.
Yeah, I suppose in a way it will help us, but at the end of the day, you still got to play 11v11, and you still got to win the match.
There was a period in the second half. It was around when Tommy got his yellow card. Not saying that was the catalyst, but there was a period then the game sort of descended into some reckless play and all that. How important was it for everyone to remain in control and remain calm, given that there was still a lot of time, plenty of time to play, plenty of time to find it?
Yeah, that was part of the instruction at half time, to remain calm, not to panic, to take our time and make sure that we don't get caught. And that was something that we spoke to the defenders at half time. Make sure we don't give anything away, and it would be us in pole position to win the match. And we got the point, and at the end of the day we move on.
Heart and mouth just at the end there with the back part or the pass stuff from James.
Yeah, it's that's sort of how we've been all season, isn't it? We do some great stuff and then we do some silly stuff.
Is it frustrating as well watching from the side where Adelaide just seemed to have that kind of period, and then we finally get the goal, and then obviously they got the equaliser. I thought was completely against the run of play. How frustrating is that for you just watching on the sideline?
Yeah, look, it's something it's been the story of our season. We haven't, we've started a lot of games exceptionally well and put teams under a lot of pressure and get the goal and go ahead, and then we sort of ease back off a little bit and let teams back in to the games, and it's something that we can't afford to do in the finals. You can't afford to play football like that in the finals. Finals football is a little bit different to the league football, so it's something that we will address this week at training.
And I thought Ryan Strain was excellent again tonight, involved in the goal. How is he, do you think, your most improved player this season? I feel like he's just come a long way, particularly from last year.
Yeah, look, Strainey's always, he's always had that in him, and you've seen that he works extremely hard. Going forward, he is very dangerous. He still needs to improve a little bit on his defensive work, but other than that, he's had a great season.
Around the world, we see the final day, all teams playing at the same time. Had that been the case here, you might have known what situation you could have maybe gone for another goal if you knew that you were safe in the top six. Is that something that you'd like to see come to Australia?
Yeah, I suppose that's something that the clubs will have to discuss now. We have a new TV deal, so I'm sure discussions around that will certainly be held by the powers and be.
Do you think if the boys can regain some of the momentum they had earlier in the year when they were on those big winning streaks, that they can go all the way in the finals?
Yeah, most definitely. I've got total belief in this playing group, and when they're playing at their best, I don't think there's a better side to watch. They're very exciting, attacking brand of football. It's just a matter of finishing games. That's been as I said, that's our Achilles heel all season, that we don't finish games. Something that we have to improve on, especially if we want to go a long way in the finals.